So last time I talked about the inner leg here, but I was talking more about the psoas at the top of the inner thigh. And now I want to talk about another hip flexor that's not really thought of, but it should be. It's very thin, but it's our longest muscle in the body too. It's a sartorius, and it wraps from the inner part of the knee and goes all the way up into your hip pocket, okay? So whenever that TFL or the IT band or anything like that is tight, you should be looking at this part in the inner leg, okay? Because if that sartorius is tight, especially if it starts getting all that fascia bound stuck together, it can start tugging on that MCL area and creating some pain in there. So I like to flex the knee up here, and this little ball here, this quad muscle, because the sartorius runs on top of that quad muscle, and usually right at the seam here, you can feel where that sartorius and the quad are kind of just stuck. Can't really separate that inner quad. This one, I already worked on it, so you can see that area here is good. Sometimes you'll see a bigger chunk moving together because that sartorius and that inner quad muscle are stuck here on the inside. So I like to come through here, break it up, and I'll even kind of massage the MCL area here, and then I'll straighten it out too, and turn up here, and you could have the MCL more palpable as you're working on this area. Okay, so break that up here, and another way to get to that sartorius, go ahead and lay on your back here, listen, is when they're face up here. I kind of mentioned the TFL. That sartorius is going to come all the way up here and insert here. So when all this is tight, not only do you have to release the TFL, the IT band, and now hit this, a good way to hit the TFL, I like to externally rotate, because if it's tight, that's where it's going to be shortened and more palpable at. And so you can come in here, kind of press down through the hip pocket, and then rotate that knee inward, so that way you get a little stretching through that area. Okay, and once you get that mobility in the hip, you could come back here, feel around, see if it's still stuck, and make sure you can grab this inner quad muscle here and break that up. You can even floss it a little this way. So give that a shot, look up your sartorius, and let me know how it works.